It's been an amazing 6 weeks of eye-opening food dialoguing, creative cooking, and great cocktails. Today, as we cap the gastro table of 8 food dialoguing conversation, we will be looking at one of Ghana's most important food sectors, which is the livestock. We will also be sharing insights and also enjoy some great livestock dishes made by our chefs. We will also be looking at the production, processing, marketing trends, youth, women, inclusion, and also expectations ahead of the Gastro Festival to happen on the 6th and 7th of December 2025. My name is Esther Chiwachimisi, your Miss Agriculture Ghana, and also the Communication Officer for Cosmos Innovation Center. You are welcome. Now let's get the show rolling, and as always, we bring you the best of guests to discuss the topic of the day. And I have here with me Madam Teresa Ayowade, and each and every week, you know, she is the convener of the Gastro Festival. She's always here with us. So today, dear, I've taken the introduction from her mouth. And Madam, you still want to introduce yourself?
I think you've done a good job.
Thank you, Madam. So let me move on straight to Alhaji. I hope you're okay if I call you Alhaji.
It's fine.
Great. So please introduce yourself to us and a little background, please.
My name is Imam Hanafi Sondi, the president for Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers. Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. And hello, sir.
My name is Mohammed Issa.
Mohammed Issa.
Publicity Secretary.
Publicity Secretary.
Yes, of Ghana National Association of Cattle Farmers.
Wow.
NACAF, yeah.
It's going to be a great conversation, especially because we are dealing with livestock. Hello, madam.
Hi,
Tell us your name.
Fatia Imoro, CEO, Mawin Cosmetics and Spices.
Wow. And I see there are some beautiful spices laid down here. It's coming from you, right?
Absolutely, it's coming from Mawin.
Great. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Please tell us your name, a little background.
Yes, my name is Emmanuel Thompson, and I'm a food content creator.
A food content creator.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And then by niche is a food reviewer.
Food review.
Yes.
Then today, dear, I'm on you. Hey, you will review PJ.
Oh yeah, why not?
You day, your mind day.
my mind
Okay. The ever handsome, forever young, PJ.
Hi.
PJ, tell us.
Well, as you know, I'm the accidental chef and host of Pa John's, where we are recording this podcast. This evening, as we are discussing livestock,
Tell us.
I thought we should choose some meat.
Okay.
So we've grilled some variety of meats that we've used some of Mawin spices and condiments.
Hey.
So if the food is nice, it's me.
It's you.
If it's not nice, it's Mawin.
It's Marvin. If it's nice, it's PJ. If it's not nice, it's Marvin. As usual.
As you know.
As usual. I want us to go straight into this conversation, but I want to start with Imam. From your perspective, I'll be coming to each and every one of you. From your perspective, how would you describe the current state of the livestock industry in Ghana? And what is happening, what progress is being made, and where are the biggest gaps or opportunities?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm very sure that most of us knows the role that livestock plays in our lives, in terms of job creation, in terms of food nutrition, in terms of providing jobs. We have thousands of people whose livelihood depends on the livestock sector. However, we have a lot of challenges as well and gaps. And these gaps has become a very key issue for some years now. And we all know that the livestock sector have the positive impacts and also the challenges. Today, across the country, we have 16 regions of Ghana. And in these 16 regions, there is no region that will have less than, let's say, 5 to 6 abattoirs that operate daily. We also have livestock markets that receive animals daily, and we have livestock market that receive animals weekly. If you go to these livestock markets, you find out that it is a place where so many people come there to meet for business. The one who comes with the cow to sell, the one who receives the animal to resell, and the one who buys it from there and then take it to the processor. The processor buys it, he processes it into like 4 or 5 pieces, give it to the vendor, taking it to the market to cut into pieces and sell. And then now those who also sell food buy that from there. So the livestock sector has a very big value chain. This is including even transportation. A lot of transport people depend on the livestock industry. They also transport from the northern, transport from other countries, and within those who transport even internal transportations. So there are a lot of, today we have about, when I was coming and I was looking at the number of youth that depend in the livestock sector, not even the farming, I mean fattening. A lot of you, we had about 260 something, over 260,000 youth in Ghana. That those we know, about 260 over in Ghana who depend on fattening. Today, when you are passing through Kanda, you see animals. When you are passing through Nima, you see animals. When you go through Abosokai, you see animals all across. Though it's not the best way to go, but because they do not have any other alternative. So the livestock industry has a lot of potentials and then has given a lot of, thousands of people depends on this livestock industry. However, the industry is faced with a lot of challenges. We have the number one challenge, which is the worst of all of them, that is the farmer-herder conflict. The farmer-herder conflict has become a problem and has not been able to be solved for so many years. This is cut across the entire sub-Saharan Africa. This is because of the system of our breeding here in the sub-Saharan Africa, which has to do with open grazing system.
Okay.
The open grazing system has a problem where both the crop farmers and then the livestock farmers and the community people, try to, struggle on the natural resources, the water bodies, the pastures. And because of the free range of the animals, accidentally once in a while they fall into farms, and before you know, there are clashes. So sometimes, some time back when I was young, there were these clashes, but they were somehow not too high to the level of, people coming, confronting each other. But recently, it has gone beyond that, where we are even losing lives and properties. So sometimes I used to say that the livestock, both the crop and the livestock sector, they are all to sustain human life. When you are doing livestock, it's to sustain human life. You are doing crop agriculture, it's to sustain human life. But if in the process of sustaining human life, you are still claiming life, it simply means that you have not achieved the objective. There is a big failure there. So we realize that your crop, no matter how much your crop could cost, and no matter how the number of your animals could be, cannot be compared to one life. So losing a life during these activities is one of the worst things that is happening to us and happening to the sub-Saharan Africa. And we think something must be done. And this is because we do not have regulations that regulate the movement of animals. We do not have something we call grazing reserves and corridors demarcated for animals to say that these animals in the northern region, this is a designated area dedicated for these animals. So that if you are into livestock, this is your zone. If you are into crop, this is your zone. So this place is a no-go zone for the crop people, no-go zone for the livestock people. So these are some of the things, the policies we're looking at that need to be implemented. When you go beyond there, you have an issue that has to do with animal health. There are a lot of problems. If I want to talk, we may end up
because I see everybody is so attentive because it looks like there are lots of information that you have concerning this. But Teresa, I see you nodding your head. But what else can you add to it? Looking at the kind of challenges, how do you think we can look at all these?
Well, for me, this whole podcast series has been a journey of discovery for me. Delving deep into our agribusiness value chains and understanding the successes, the challenges, and in the challenges, the opportunities. So we just see the meat on our plates, and we are not privy to the journey that it takes from farm. Look at how you talked about the farm, the way the abattoirs, and you really walk that through the value chain right to when it sits on the table. And it's quite interesting for me to hear this bit about the farm, the land for grazing and the land for farming. I think that's very interesting.
Very.
And we've been farming and grazing for so many years and centuries. So I'm wondering why we haven't found a natural system of demarcating those areas. So maybe something can be said here to explain to me.
I was going to ask if indeed there are no zones or it is not enforced.
As in whether there are places that are set aside.
Yeah, because for instance, in residential areas, we can't raise cattle. But my neighbors have cattle. Very soon they will greet us. There will be a moo or a meh.
Maureen,
You know?
I see you also. What do you have to say with regards to this?
I checked, I did a research before coming, and what I realized is that it's only Afram Plains that we have fodder banks. And fodder banks is a system whereby you designate a specific area and intentionally grow crops for grazing. However, the whole country, we just have one. So it means the whole of northern region that we have more livestock, we don't have fodder banks. And so if more intentional fodder banks is built or is created, it will really, really help in curbing most of our problems.
That's a deep one. But aside all these challenges, Imam, you see, even though we are talking about these challenges as well, I want us to look at practical solutions. Because definitely we want to improve productivity. We have food content creators over here who are ready to push people who are making barbecues and all that with these in this sector. How do we, even though there are challenges, what are the practical solutions? How do we benefit from all these?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, even as we have the challenges, we are moving forward. And for so many years, the livestock farmers has demonstrated. They have demonstrated on their own without being, guided by anyone. So this tells that there is a very special experience from our farmers. However, the opportunities are there, but how to tap on them is the issue we are discussing about now. For example, my father here mentioned about the animals that are within the township, within the urban areas, which we all know. As the president of the association, there was a time that the Metropolitan Assembly of Greater Accra came and they wanted to send all these animals away. And I think at that point, they called on me. I mean, the young fatteners, they called on me, Mr. President, this is what is happening, this is what is happening, come and let's make a press conference. I said, can I go and make a press conference to say that you have right to come and take care of these animals in the town? I cannot do it. But the issue is that these young men are finding a way of surviving on their own. Because there is no jobs as we all expect. We know that in our country, Ghana, government and other institutions have a limit of employment. Therefore, many of the youth struggle to get their own ways of making things. So some of them have ventured into this, bringing the animals, they don't have any place to go. For example, if you ask the person to go and set up his own farm, maybe the capital that he has, if he just buy the land, all the animals that he has will finish there. So how is he going to continue? So what he would just say is that at my backyard, let me just keep some few animals, which is not the best, but it's logical because he has no alternative. So we believe that it is a time that they could say, okay, you have to move from here, but if you move from here, we have secured this small place for you. Something like a cattle village, each region having a cattle village, so that these people will come there and there will be a small portions to each, a small portion to each, a small portion to each. So if someone wants animal, just will go to cattle village, maybe from Pram Pram or any other place, they go there and everybody will have a small distance. These people will be even taught how to develop pastures on their own. They will be taught of how to do feed formulation. They will be taught of how to feed these animals on their own. Because today, even if you look at the prices of these animals, it's very, very costly. The reason because these people buy a lot of feed to feed these animals. So there are a lot of opportunities within the sector, but we need to do more in terms of enhancing, all those things that need to be gaps so that we can be able to grow and grow with the industry.
And grow with the industry. Now, I want to come to Secretary. Secretary, you being a young person and also a secretary in this association, what are the opportunities you also see, or what practical steps do you think as a young person, if whichever way you are empowered, you'll be able to add up to this whole sector?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. I think our president has said, but the little I'll add is, I'm very happy of your initiative because all this while I was thinking our youth.
Speak loudly. You're not speaking to only me.
Our youth focus more on entertainment. So I said, if our president is pushing this agenda all this while, how many youth do I see getting interest in this sector?
Yeah.
But the focus is on entertainment. And now the entertainment, the people who made the entertainment or promote the entertainment now understand that they have to come to us. So I'm very happy. That one alone self. I have to.
Charterhouse?
Yes, Charterhouse. Yes,
And
yes.
the Gastro Feast.
I'm very, very, very happy.
Yes, and we are also excited to have you here because looking at the conversation we are having here, most of us are also learning, looking at everything. But let me come to my content creator. How do you think in your own field, okay, in your own field, how do you contribute to this whole livestock sector?
I would say the increase of interest. So currently, I would say my people, as in the young people like me, we generally don't have interest in the agri sector because back in school.
I'm struggling to hear you.
Because back in school, the subject that was mainly looked down upon was agri. People didn't really care about it that much. So growing up, no one really cared about agri. And on the internet, let's say the entertainment industry, everything is about everything else except agri. So we don't really have interest in agri that much. So what I would say, what we can contribute is to increase interest in agri. So that's why I like the Gastro Festival, the merging of entertainment and agri. So one way to catch the young people's attention is through entertainment.
And afterwards, I really want to see you telling the story on your platforms, especially the livestock story. Is it something that you would want to do to create the awareness and then the excitement, the buzz around this whole industry?
I mean, sure, why not? It's a
Imam,
possibility.
you have somebody here to help tell the story. But strictly, let me come to you, Imam, also. What are the key stages in the livestock process, the value chain? And afterwards, let's look at the simple technologies. Because as much as we are looking at this, we also want to see how we can make it sexy and interesting for the young people to go in. So what are the simple technologies or practices which can improve hygiene, reduce losses, and produce safer livestock products for the market?
Thank you very much. I think we have a program that we are planning to launch, which we call, the Livestock Value Chain Revolution. Ghana Livestock Value Chain Revolution. When you look at that, what we mean there is that each area of the value chain need to be advanced. Need to be advanced. You know, the youth that we are talking about, it's not that the youth do not want to venture into the livestock sector. They love it. But there are a lot of challenges within the livestock sector, especially in Africa and West Africa. You know, we had the opportunity to travel outside the country, in Europe and other countries, other continents. You find out that it is very attractive to be a farmer. Somebody is a professor, he's a farmer. Someone is a doctor, he's a farmer. When you go to his farm, the way everything is organized, if the young man of Ghana here goes there, he will prefer to go to the farm. Because you find out that everything is put in place and is done, the system is going and is done well. For example, you find out that here, the open grazing system we are talking about, we do not have much knowledge about animal husbandry. People do ask us that, why do you always roam with your animals? Why do you want to get plenty animals instead of just few and be able to get a land and confine them? But this is because the people don't know the difference. You come and tell you, I was in Australia, I saw this like this, I was in Canada, it was like this. Why are you doing your own differently? So we let them know that no, if you go to Canada, you go to Netherlands, you go to Australia, you go to America, France, you find out that someone is just camping not more than 30 animals. Meanwhile, one animal is giving him up to between 30 to 40 liters a day.
Wow.
One cow. One cow.
Liters of what?
Liters of milk. Milk yield from a cow. Between 30 to 40 liters per cow.
A day.
A day.
Wow.
So let's imagine if it is 30 liters per day. If the person had 10 animals, we have 330 liters, you have 300 liters. Is that not?
Yeah.
So you find out that if I have 30 animals and I used to receive daily, milk yield of 300 liters a day, I'll be more excited to get these animals, treat these animals, be with them, than to have maybe 300 animals. Meanwhile, I get less than 2 liters per day, because the average liters of our animals here the average the milk yield from our animals here after the calf being able to also get something to take from the mother, you are going to get 1 or 1.5 liter. So 1.5 liter compared to 30 liters. So you see,
After the calf has taken some, there's none left.
it is not logical.
It's not logical.
So the youth, as he is mentioning, they want to venture into it. But before the youth venture into the livestock, the face of livestock need to be modernized, to be attractive, so that the youth will see that, no, I can confine my animals, give them feed, and the children even can be able to go to school, and you will not have a lot of problems. Before you know, the money is just coming, daily income. Sometimes we look at the poultry farmers, and a poultry farmer coming to boost of getting money more than the livestock farmer who is very cattle. How many chicken will you sell to buy one cow?
I think
That's what I'm saying. But he is making the eggs that he makes a day.
Exactly.
So that is why he's getting money daily from the egg. But for me, I have to move the animal to 2 years.
I see the passion
before
in your eyes, Imam. I see you have a lot to pour out. But Mary, let me come to you, okay? What do you also think that we can do to improve this livestock, make it safe for the markets, in your own view, very briefly?
Well, in my own view, I think that the government needs to really invest in the production of livestock, because most of the time it has to do with capital. And in Ghana, you are left on your own to be able to fund your business. And even if they say funding is around, funding is available, you have to struggle. The documentations alone will put you off. And so at the end of the day, you don't even achieve why you made the funding available in the first place. And for me, the good news is that a lot of young people have realized that the future is farming. And they ask, oh, Fatia, can you get me land in Tamale where I can farm? And when you come, they give the land to you for free. Wow. You only have to give probably small distance of what you have produced to the chief. You are not paying anything. It's free. Most of the lands there is free. Wow. You just have to be kind to the society and make sure you employ the society in your farming. And this is also good news for the country as well.
Very, very. PJ, I want to come to you. I saw you looking at me, and then I could also hear the sound of the PJ, tell me something. How do you think we can also improve the sector, especially to make it attractive for the youth to come in?
I think all the points that have been made are valid. And like Hungry Man said, I don't think there's a better way of doing it than to have social media talk to the youth. Because that's a language they understand.
Yeah.
And until we have situations where professors are driving Range Rovers farming, I don't think the youth are going to be interested. But if you have the reason Miss Malaika, there was one lady who is into farming, and I thought that was very sexy. I thought that was very, very interesting. I thought that was very, very interesting to have such a young person, and she was very passionate and knowledgeable about what she was talking about, you know. And so if you get people like that going into farming and actually being in the face of their peers and talking about what they are doing and smiling and being happy about it, I think it will, and stepping out of a Range Rover.
I know, right?
Or a Mercedes.
It makes it attractive.
Very, very.
And it's one thing I've been championing through the Miss Agriculture Ghana initiative, making all these fields of the agribusiness, livestock sector attractive to the young people.
Yes.
How can you portray the royal aspect of it? But today, can I get to say, PJ, we are having a barbecue party. You guys are not excited though. I'm not seeing the excitement. So we're having a barbecue party, and I know the first part of the barbecue is ready. I want to call the chef to bring the very first part of the barbecue so that my guests can enjoy, and then also give me some amazing feedback on that as well. I told you today we are having a barbecue party, and this is just the first part. Let me go straight to PJ. PJ, can you tell us something little about what we have in front of us?
So that's the beef, and as part of the usual marinade with the trinity of Ghanaian cooking, which is anybody knows? No. Well, you know. Yeah. Onions, garlic, and ginger. That's a trinity of Ghanaian cooking.
I see.
Which, because I'm sure you can attest that it's in very likely every soup or stew we do. So then you add the tomatoes, then you add the carrots, and you add any other thing. So we marinated it with the trinity and more peppers, and but one of the main ingredients is nkiti negro pepper. So that's hopefully it will taste good.
Okay. Okay.
And it's the what name?
Suya spice. Suya spice.
Yaji. Yeah, the yaji spice.
Hey.
I like to pronounce the yaji spice. That is the one that you use for suya. Yeah. So that's what we've sprinkled on it, and we added some to the marinade.
Thank you very much.
And I must say, it's actually, I've used different kinds, but what it is, this hair one is very finely grinded.
Wow.
And Mawin one. And I'm happy with it.
People should make it a point to be at Gastro Festival. Marvin will be there so that you can make a purchase. Please, bon appetit. Let's enjoy. Tell us what you think about the taste and everything. And then PJ, I'll be asking you how you think chefs and restaurants can create more exciting meals using local livestock products just to increase consumer interest.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Imam, it's a good one. Mr. Secretary.
Nice.
Imam says it's a good one. You are saying nice. Marvin, it's not because it's your spices, so tell me genuinely.
One thing I like about this is the salt content as well. So it's also good for people who don't like to take salt. And so it's just perfect.
Very perfect. And my content creator review.
Hungry man.
Are you waiting for me?
Yes, no.
Oh. Okay, so with the suya pepper, yeah, it is nice. With some suya pepper, there's a little bit of like salt to it, like, and sometimes too, it can be a little bit too spicy. Personally, I like pepper more, but sometimes it gets a little bit too spicy for some people. So this is quite balanced, and the salt content too is quite balanced. It's good. The as for the suya pepper. Oh yeah.
Madam.
It's actually calm.
It is.
It's very calm. It doesn't shock your system too much. Yeah. I echo everything you're saying. It's not over spiced. Sometimes people tend to think that when you're eating meat in a barbecue, you have to slather it, so much spice. But this one you can actually taste the various textures of the meat itself.
We need to add the review.
So I love the fact that I can taste the meat and the flavor of the meat and not just the spices. Yeah. And the Marvin spices are very calm.
Very calm as well.
Even though it's suya,
and it's
not so hot, and doesn't take over the taste. Again, some of these spices, they take over the taste of the food. I mean, like the ones that you sprinkle on top. All you'll be tasting when you're eating the food is there. But this you can actually the food gets to breathe through it. So
that's a great review.
Yeah.
PJ, now I'm coming to you. From your angle, tell me, how do you think we can create more exciting meals using local livestock products to increase consumer interest?
We already use a lot of livestock. When the suya, kebabs, and so when you go to a restaurant, you don't usually see kebabs and suya on the menu. And I'm wondering why. Because, for instance, this year suya powder. It's so mild, like Selena was saying, it's not one which will make you run to pick a glass of water to drink, And when you use such mild, intense spices, you don't use it a lot. And it actually helps to bring out the right taste of the bullock, of the beef or meat. And I think I'm enjoying this very much. And I think we should forthwith see more, especially suya, because we are in Ghana. It's one of the things that holds the country, holds the people. One of the things that when we eat more of, we're building an industry. So I think, like the chef from last time said, we should be very adventurous with the foods that we
should be adventurous with
yes.
it. Imam, I want you to have a bite on this particular one. How do you think we can increase consumer interest when it comes to the whole livestock sector?
I think it's about sanitizing whatever we do, from the production to the processing and to finalizing. So the most important thing is that we do it and we do it well. It's not just like we have a meat. As we are eating now, there's about just some few small meats, but because of how it is, the combination, otherwise you may not even eat it. You say, oh, meat is too much. So I think it will be attractive when we make the people out there to know that this thing is done and it is done well. And also we should be able to know the sources of where we get our meat, where it is slaughtered, how it is slaughtered in a hygienic way, how it's prepared. So you will have the assurance of taking the meat because you know the source. So these are some of the things that we need to support our value chain actors to make sure that whatever they are doing, they do it well, so that when the spices comes in, they just come to complement the best of what they have done.
I see Marwin, I want you to have a bite on this because what Imam said has issues about traceability. Yes. So looking at your side also, what do you think the Ghanaian livestock product means? Is it export ready? The standard that we have, how do you think, or what are the steps that is needed to make it export ready, especially in terms of packaging, cold chain, traceability? How do you think we can position ourselves to be export ready?
Unfortunately, we do have a very poor record system whereby we don't even record the processes of what we do. But I would like to touch on the health aspect because right now people are moving from chemicals to organic. Now, when you go to a country outside Ghana, I don't want to mention a country, but when I went to UK in July, I realized that their meat was very soft. As soon as you put it on fire, within 10 minutes it's cooked. But when you come to Ghana, you can cook meat between 30 to 45 minutes, 1 hour, and it's not cooked. The reason is because of the health aspect. Now, we have free grazing. And so when the animals graze and then they go to toilet, we actually use it, sorry to mention that, but we actually use it to fertilize our crops. So it's like a value chain system. And it's also, if we promote the aspect of natural, healthy, organic, we don't use chemicals in taking care of our livestock. And if we are able to do it, well, like I was talking about fodders, if we are able to really focus on this, it will really boost our production and it will give us visibility as well if we channel our focus on the health aspect. Yes.
And I think one where that has been making wave in this gastro table of 8 has been intentionality. We've been very intentional. Teresa, I want to come to you. Are we even export ready? And if we are export ready, how do you think in terms of packaging we need to brand ourselves out today?
I don't know about us being export ready because I don't know whether we are even meeting enough local demand. Because I go into the supermarkets and I see a lot of imported meats. and yes, imported meat, imported different types of meat, the lambs, the pork. I see a lot of imports. So that shows that there's a gap in the market. So I don't know whether we are export ready for livestock. And I don't know whether we are meeting enough local demand. And then also to maybe Imam can speak to that later, further down. But I think that, again, adding to what Fatih just said about the texture of our meat, I was just about to ask our experts here, Imam, what causes the differences in the texture? Because, I mean, when you buy like lamb chops, imported lamb chops, and you buy local lamb chops. First of all, the cuts are bigger when they are imported. If you get a lamb chop, you get a full shape. Yeah. Sometimes the ones that you get here, I don't know whether it's a rib or what, but they call it chops. But it's just very, very scanty meat. And then there's also the cooking. Cooking our local meat is very, very tedious. You have to marinate overnight, tenderize it, etc., just to get it soft so that you can cook it in a quick, like 10, 15 or 20 minutes. But if you don't go through some processes, you'll not be able to cook it that quickly. And so why is it so? Maybe if you can explain to me why it is so. So what happens is that it makes us prefer to buy the imported one because it's quicker and easier to cook.
But is the taste the same?
So let Imam, you come in with
that's
this
the question, yeah.
Imam.
So I just want to know what causes the difference.
Well, thank you very much. I think, as we are saying, if you go to those advanced countries, they have a program for their breeding. They have program for their breeding. They have beef animals and they have dairy animals.
Okay.
So the animals that are meant for beef, everybody knows that these animals are meant for beef. And so they are taken care just because of beef. So the kind of concentration given to them, the kind of attention given to them, the kind of drugs given to them, all this thing differs from those ones that are for dairy. And they also have what we call equal breeding system. The equal breeding system, which we do not have here, is that they always bring their animals at the equal age. For example, if they want to introduce a bull, they make sure that these animals are already on heat. On heat, that means to receive bulls. So when they are heifers, for example, at age 1, they keep them separately until they come on heat. If they are 100, if they are 50, depend on their number. Then they will introduce the bulls. They will demarcate them and introduce the bulls. Each bull, according to the number of females it can cross. If not, they will do the artificial insemination, where they inseminate the animals, through, extracting the semen from the other bull. So you find out that within 3 weeks, these animals comes on heat, and then they are all inseminated. They are all pregnant. So when they are giving birth, they give birth within the 3 weeks. So at the lactation period, you can be able to have a lactation period, equal lactation period. Not like here, where this animal has given birth today, the other one is getting pregnant tomorrow. This one has also finished lactation. So you find out that you may have, exactly. So you could have about 100 animals, but those that you are milking are just maybe 15. Because at any point of time, others are going. And that is the reason why, even with the meat we are talking about, we have a lot of animals. But why do we import meat? Sometimes you reason and you don't understand. Because, with our own understanding, the kind of, research we have gone into, and the census we've done within our members, we can come out to tell you that we have over 5 million animals in Ghana, cattle in Ghana. Wow. So why should we be importing others? This is because the cattle farmers are not business-minded people. Most of them are not business-minded people. The animals are just kept, and for them to just grow and grow and grow. And our tradition is that
when you have a lot of them,
how many does the man have? So I have about 15 heads of animal. One head is about over 200. This one is having over 3,000. So that is, you see, and they are just there, moving around, just there. So if I want some money, maybe I just go and sell 2 animals, 3, put the money under my pillow, and then the money will be spent. When it's finished, I go again 2 weeks and sell another one. So I always want to multiply my animals because I eat from my capital. So if there are programs for dairy, programs for beef. We know that these animals, you are going to put them for beef and they need to not more than 2 years. They have gotten to the level. Not the grown-up that has gone to, you sometimes chop some meat and you are dragging and the meat is also dragging. You ask yourself why. It's a very old animal.
You are dragging and the meat is also dragging. I know most of us have had this experience before, but I want to see if our next set of, our next part or our second part of the barbecue, we are going to drag for the meat. Dragger. Chef, please bring it and let's see if there's going to be some dragging on this table. Great, so we have the second part of our barbecue right in front of us, and moving straight to PJ, if you could drop some comments on what we have before us.
So we have chicken, your Trinity and everything goes in there. But the main spice on this one is the dawa dawa.
Dawa dawa.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite spices.
Okay.
And I call it the African spirit.
The African spirit. Okay. To my amazing guests, let's dig in and I'll be picking your comments.
I think it's very good. Because
Hey, mommy, ma'am.
if they are introducing dawa dawa in combination with the meat like this, it's very innovative. Because we are always aware of dawa dawa in the soup, but not dawa dawa within the as a spices, as a spice. So I think when they brought it, the aroma was coming, but I wanted to ask whether it's not dawa dawa, but I think it's good.
It's good.
Patron, I'm seeing something yellow. Is that turmeric or something?
Yeah.
Turmeric as well.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And my food review say
It's good.
it's good, huh? Great. So whilst we say it's good, it's good, it's good, I want to come to
There's a bit
Mary.
of rosemary and turmeric and the dawa dawa.
You can actually taste it in it.
Rosemary, dawa and turmeric. Interesting combination.
Very.
Interesting combination.
Marwin, I want to come to you. How can the youth and women tap into the livestock sector through farming, processing, or value-added activities? How do you think the women and then the youth can actually tap into this sector?
During the break, I was just telling Tess that behind me, my watchmen, they are actually having a lot of livestock. Their guinea fowls and their goats and sheep are disturbing me at the back. The community that I come from, fortunately, they are in a farming community. They are a farming community, and they have been really focused on their farming business. And this has also improved on their lives, especially the widows. They are really into farming, livestock, and mostly guinea fowl. And the good news is that we were able to brand guinea fowl. I don't know if you remember the bars of redfish, tilapia. And so we were also able to have guinea fowl festivals in the north, and people picked on it. Currently, most of the restaurants, especially on Farmers' Day, are going to have guinea fowl festival. And you see all these youth coming up with different dishes, different innovative ways. And this is so good because I've never really used dawa dawa in spicing chicken. And for me, this is the beginning of innovation. And just so you know, dawa dawa is very good for your health in terms of BP. It helps in lowering your cholesterol and blood pressure. It's also good for heart-related diseases. And so these are some of, and this is made in Ghana.
Yes.
The dawa dawa is African locust beans. The full name, the English name is African locust beans. So for me, for youth to actually take part, and the Gastro Festival, you will be shocked the number of youth who will be present because they have realized that farming and livestock is the way to go.
It's the way. Secretary, what would you want to add to this? You being a young person as well, I'm just judging by your beard.
Yeah, saying she's livestock.
How do you think the youth and then women can tap into this sector?
Yes, thank you. I think my colleague here has said enough.
I've always told you I
But,
want to hear you.
I think my colleague here has said enough. So I think what I can add now is the publicity.
The publicity.
And I know the publicity you can't take out away from chapter house.
Yes.
So you play a vital role that can help we the youth, as I said earlier, entertainment. We focus more on entertainment. As you are blending the entertainment, I think that one will help a lot and will go a long way.
It will go a long way.
Yes, that can change the face of that.
Let me come to my food analysts also. What do you think the youth and women, how do you think we can get them to tap into this?
I think we have to expose them to it. We have to expose them to the whole agri sector, the whole process, how the chain works. You have to expose everything to them. So I would say it all comes down to influence.
It comes down
to we have to, those with the platforms have to influence our audience to channel their interest into the agri sector. So basically that's what we, the youth, those with the platforms, that's what we are supposed to do to pick the interest of the youth back into agri. Because
that's exactly what Gastro Festival is actually doing. I'll be coming on your page. I hope you're posting the flyers as well.
Yes.
I'll be coming there. Imam, quickly, how do you think the youth and women? Sure.
Just to ride on what
He said.
our influencer said. I would also like to make a plea to our young food influencers. You know, recently, as part of the Gastro Festival journey and stakeholder engagements, we reached out to
Most of them.
the food influencers to say to them that, listen, you guys are part of the food industry. So we want to invite you to be part of this journey that we are embarking on the Gastro Festival, where we are talking about the food from farm to table. So we want you to be able to, aside of focusing only on the consumption side, to try and backtrack a bit to talk about the origins of our food security, and those other issues that are of importance to our food sustainability. You know, so for example, if you're a food influencer and you review food, like a plate of food, maybe you could take it a step further by talking about the ingredients, how the ingredients are sourced, where they come from, and how it gets here. You know, so that would then create some more education, you know, about how we get our food even to the tables. You know, and then also digging a bit further into the components of the meal, like the spices and the origins and etc. I think through that, you'll be able to stir up interest in the young people who follow you, so that they see that there's so much that goes into a plate of food beyond the taste and how it looks, so that you can go a bit deeper into the food value chain in your reviews. You know, for Madam Fatsi, CEO of Mawin Spices, I really want to commend her. She's done an absolutely wonderful job with her range of spices. I've never seen a Ghanaian range of spices as broad and as wide as hers, because I've actually been telling her that she must sell a spice rack. Like, you know, those racks with about 12 different spices already in the rack. So that's my challenge to her. Now very soon we should go to supermarkets and see Mawin spice rack and pick it up the shelf. You know, because she introduced me to her spices, and I asked her, please come and show me how to use them. I actually invited her home for a cooking session to show me how, because the spices smell so lovely, but I didn't know how to use them. You know, even to spice our meats, etc. And sometimes we are used to the foreign spices, and I won't call them foreign, but in spicing, like for example, we think that for steak, we must use certain spices. But then there are some other African spices, like this African nutmeg, and some really very aromatic spices that can transform. I was completely lost. But whenever I take each of the spices, they smell wonderful. So she's doing a wonderful job with the spices. And it brings me to the next point. You know, sometimes when you buy these foreign packaged meats, they come already spiced. Are you also exploring that aspect, like a collaboration between Mawin Spice and now that you are sitting at the table with the livestock people, you could actually come up with some collaboration where And it's part of innovation, where you actually prepare a spice that is used to marinate some meat cuts and packaged, you know, and already packaged, because we get them the imported meats we buy from a supermarket. We buy some of them spiced already, and even sometimes in supermarkets they actually spice them in the tray before you buy them off the shelf. So I think there's a lot of collaboration that can really happen between the livestock and the spice and condiments, you know, market.
That's great.
Yeah, and I think that is another way of innovating in our food, you know, distribution. And I think spices also they help to preserve
especially masuro.
Yes, they preserve the meat as well. It makes it go longer. Yeah. So I would encourage that.
Yeah, and I also love to see that also on most of our shelves as well. But Teresa, maybe you want to add what to expect at the Gastro Festival on 6th and 7th.
What we do at Shatta House is that we are meeting conveners. We bring people together. We organize events that bring people together, bring industries together to network, to find value within each other. So we decided to set up to do the Gastro Festival because we saw that there was a gap. There was the agribusiness industry doing their own events and gatherings, and then there was a food and beverage industry also doing their own events. But I said, but they're all one industry. So why aren't they doing an event together? And so that's where we saw the gap. And we said, okay, when we come into this space, we want to bridge the gap, bring the agribusiness together with the food and beverage under one roof. And that's why we call it the Gastro Festival. It's all about food. The Gastro is about food. Feast is about food. So it's a Gastro Festival. And we thought that what's a better way to announce our presence than to situate it in the Farmers' Day weekend. Because Farmers' Day, even though it's called Farmers' Day, it should not only be about the farmers alone. It should be about the entire food industry. So we wanted the food industry to own that space, to own the whole weekend. So it's no longer Farmers' Day to us, it's Farmers' Day weekend. So we are taking over the weekend. When we do the official ceremonies on Friday, then we take over Saturday and Sunday as well. So we also wanted to give people a place to go during this holiday, because we realized that if we don't own it as the food industry, people will just take another holiday and just start going away with friends and family, and you know, and then the essence of that whole holiday will be missing. Or we think in our minds, we think, oh, it's for those people. It's not for us. But since we are all part of the food industry, we eat the food, you know, when the farmers have grown it and it goes through the whole value chain, it finally ends at the consumption side. So we eat it, so we are part of it. So come out in your numbers, you know, on this Farmers' Day weekend. Next weekend it is.
Yes.
On 6th and 7th to the Palms Convention Center at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. It's going to be an amazing setup. You've not seen anything like that. Because on the outside, on the grounds, we're going to have a food festival. The typical ones you are used to going with all the food and the drinks. We have a full representation of what Ghana's food culture looks like. We're going to have the street food, which is a very important part of our culture. You have the Kelewele, this is my favorite. Kelewele, Kofi Brookman, the roasted corn. You're going to have the local snacks, the condensed milk toffees, the abilicacos and all of that. The pork and fried yam and all of that.
I should
hide some details. Let me entice them. So you're going to see all of that. And then we move to our Ghanaian village, where we have our Ghanaian staples, like jollof, and jollof is a Ghanaian staple, whether you like it or not. You know, we have our jollof, we have our fufu, our pise, our TZ, and all of that, representing all the regions of Ghana. So we have it in the Ghanaian village, in the great, unique concept. And where the fufu we pounded live, everything is happening live.
I hope you guys are excited.
You know, and then we have the continental flavors, which have also made its way into Ghana's palates. So all the continental foods you can think of, we're working with the various restaurants. Then we have the desserts corner, and then we have the health lane as well for the health nuts like Fati. So you come there, you see, and the Ghanaians are doing a lot of stuff in the health sector as well. We have the yogurts, we have the granolas, we have the fruits, and so many options also available in that space. And then we have a huge stage on the grounds, which we playing the music, the artists passing through,
Madam,
dancers.
I don't want you to spill everything.
And let me tell them.
I don't want you to spill everything.
Let me tell them.
Saying everything.
And then we have the cooking competitions. You're going to have the cooking competitions and cooking demos. We're working with the Ghana Chefs Association and the Food and Beverage Association as well to come up with a lot of food demonstrations, cooking demonstrations. So a lot of live cooking, and then we have competitions between some of the influencers, etc. So it's going to be really a fantastic festive atmosphere outside. Then when you come into the building itself, we have what we call the Knowledge Hub. So in the business, we have the Agribusiness Expo. So all those who are processing our foods, and we have the farmers also with fresh produce, and then we have the distributors, etc. All of them in there. And then the organizations that are in the ecosystem that are also holding up the industry, like livestock associations and the various poultry farmers associations, Federation of Agriculture Exporters, etc. They will all be in the hub. And then we'll have the various government agencies like GEPA, GEA, etc. all coming with their agribusiness businesses that they've supported over the years. So it's going to be a huge expo happening in there. And then we have the dialogues. We have the food dialogues. We have the master classes. We have the fireside chats. And then we also have a pitch for young people who have great ideas in agribusiness, who want to are seeking for funding and support. Sometimes just a little hand-holding, incubation, to just show them the way. So they'll get to meet successful agricultural entrepreneurs and who can hold their hands and take them on their journey. So that's all happening that weekend. As you can see, it's a jam-packed weekend.
Yes, on
and
the
there's
6th
something
and
for
7th.
everybody on the 6th and 7th of December.
It's really packed. And on this note, I want to say a very big thank you to you all, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't wait to see you all on the 6th and 7th at the Gastro Festival. The third part of our barbecue is ready. But let me say, today's table reminds us that the livestock sector holds immense potential, not only in farming, but in processing, distribution, and a lot more, even in terms of exports. My name is and has always been Esther Chirwa Chumisi. Please make it a point to be at the Gastro Festival on the 6th and 7th at the Palms Convention Center inside La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. The Gastro Festival, 6th and 7th at the Palms Convention Center inside La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
Oh, yeah.
The third part of the barbecue is ready and it's coming, and I don't know if you are going to enjoy it, but let's meet at the Gastro Festival for us to enjoy. Please let's say hi to our camera. Bye-bye.